today's Grim. I'm Brian.
I'm Corey. And I'm Thomas.
Hey, all right. So we are cruising and bruising, snapping necks and cashing checks.
Sucking dicks and turning tricks.
That's what it's all about, really.
Yeah. No, I can't help it.
So, like we have done, and like we will continue to do, we're gonna start with the
Death of the week.
With the death of the week.
Johnny, hit him.
Yeah, I
let's
got
get
you.
these out of the way.
So, with the death of the week is there was a hiker who doctors say died in the ER after a Mount Rainier rescue is now alive and well. So he died.
So he didn't die though.
No, he did.
He died,
He's donezo.
and then he came back to life.
Yeah, Wolverine, bro.
Yeah.
Is he dead now or is he walking?
Wolverines!
No. He came back from the dead. This dude was dead, pronounced dead.
Like, how dead?
Like,
For a while.
Like dead. Like this dude. All right, let me read this to you.
He was under...
Okay, here we go. So a hiker who was rescued after being lost overnight in a whiteout in Mount Rainier National Park has been brought back to life after what his medical team is calling an amazing recovery. 45-year-old Michael Napinski?
Yeah, he's Polish.
Yeah. He died in the emergency room and after he was being airlifted after the rescue team finally found him. So apparently this dude was in a whiteout for hold on, should be in here. He had a pulse when he arrived at the hospital, but as soon as his heart stopped.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He died while he was in the ER, and then they tried to save his life by basically bypassing his heart and lungs, which is the most advanced form of artificial life support. And the medical team repeatedly performed CPR, hooked him up to an extracorporeal membrane oxygenation machine. It's ECMO is pretty much what I just tried to pronounce, but that's the acronym for it. Pump blood out of his body into a heart-lung machine that removes carbon dioxide, and then it goes back into the body. His heart remained stopped for 45 fucking minutes.
That is a lot.
That's insane. Most people stay dead for 5 minutes, and then they're like, "Oh, there might be some trauma. There might be some brain
I'm
damage."
surprised they kept trying.
I mean, yeah, I really do wonder what kept them going. 45 minutes, somebody had a bet that they were like, nah, dude, he's gonna fucking
Some
I'm gonna make sure this dude survives.
Yeah,
they had some money riding on it.
Really possible.
Yeah,
I don't think. I mean, that's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time. To
just grinding
there somewhere.
Getting it.
The doctors restarted his heart, and they spent the night beside him to make sure he continued to stabilize. And 2 days later, he woke up.
Woof.
Yeah, so he woke up 2 days later after all of this is happening. Yeah, he was just crying and super happy and wondering where his family was.
Oh,
yeah,
oh, that's cute. Well,
so does that? I don't think that counts. All right, Corey, give me another death of the week. That's terrible. I don't.
That's what we agreed on. I think that's a pretty dope death of the week. To die and you're dead for almost an hour, and then you come back. That's insane.
Yeah.
Pretty bananas.
Most people only stay dead for about 5 to 7 minutes, and then they come back to that's the most I've ever heard anyone
Most
staying
people, when
dead.
they die, they stay dead.
Yeah, no, when most people die, they die. But
did you say they died?
They stay
dead? Did I say died?
I think you did.
Oh, who cares?
We're going to have to...
Should be died.
We'll check for clerical later.
Review the tape.
Yeah.
Corey, what are we talking about this week? What are we talking about?
If you had the chance to leave Earth and go colonize Mars, would you?
Ooh.
That's actually a pretty touchy subject for me. I don't know if I would.
That's
a strong question.
Square.
I mean, would I? If we had the actual technology to make it not a suicide mission, yeah, totally.
It is not a suicide mission.
It's a suicide mission.
There are literally the world's brightest, strongest minds that are working on this, and they will not send.
One thing that they've told them
is will not send someone.
Don't have it in your mind that you're coming back.
Oh my gosh, negative Nancy over here.
Well, I mean, come on
here's
now.
how I feel about it.
How do you feel about it?
I would sell both my testicles, all 3 of my dogs, and my fiance to go
to Mars.
Yeah, 100%.
Even if there was no,
and I think she'd do the same.
Back.
I'll be honest with you. She'd sell both her testicles, all 3 of our dogs, and myself to go. That's how I feel about it.
It's a hard objection.
I feel like no, it's very subjective, and I'm probably wrong when I say that. But if you just think about it, like I'm probably not even close.
Probably wrong.
I'm probably not even close. She's probably gonna hear this one day and be like, I want a divorce."
Wow, Mars, really?
5 years down the road.
Mars, that's all it took.
Mars is all it took.
We're gonna have been married for 5 years, and she'll finally hear this, and she'll be like, "Yeah, I want to leave you."
Yeah, no, go fuck Mars.
You're planning to go to Mars. Like,
No, I think that you'd be an idiot to not want to go.
I want no part of traveling through space.
it's not that long of a
I'm
trip.
a pussy though when it comes to that. I can't do it.
You
just
can't
am.
fly on a plane.
I did fly on a plane, dickhead, 4 times this year.
Barely.
So eat a shit burger, bro.
How much Dramadol did you take? Or whatever
None,
they
bro.
call it?
I did that with no
Dramadol?
drugs.
Dramadol?
Wow, was I
Dramadol?
fucking flipping out.
He's not good with air travel, and pardon our dogs that will not stop spazzing out. We're gonna pretend like that's not happening.
But
I would go.
You would go.
100%.
You would not go.
Corey's.
There's something
soft.
about traveling into an abyss that I don't.
I'm just so torn.
I can't do.
You're torn?
Yeah,
I thought you
no.
were like sold and ready.
See, no.
Having talked about it
like,
before we started to record.
Like, I haven't seen all of Earth yet.
Right?
Why would I?
Yeah, you have said that to me.
Yeah, but like part of it.
That's
is
your one confliction, though.
Yeah, I mean Mars sounds rad, and it would be so rad to just Mars.
No joke. Yeah.
But there's no necessarily guarantee of return. Like taking a rocket back yet? That's part of the research there.
Yeah, I have heard that, and I think that.
But they're working on it. It's where you can mine the resources from Mars
That
to
we
make rocket
hope.
fuel.
That we hope
come
we
back.
can do. Hope. That's a big. Okay. How bad do you want to survive?
I mean, we hope to do a lot.
I mean,
of
that's what it'll
things.
boil down to.
Yeah,
I mean, we're not sending like the brightest and best. Like I remember when they were doing a raffle, basically.
Oh no, not no more.
Yeah,
You gotta
no, because they
qualify.
found out how freaking ridiculous of an idea that was.
yeah.
Susie down the street with absolutely no background whatsoever. Oh, she's a mom. Oh yeah, no, that's gonna fare very well. Whenever we tell her kids, "Mom left," where'd she go? Mars.
What's her 40 time? What are her average O2 levels? That's what I need to know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There's
like,
qualified people, but
how
you understand.
physically apt are you to go 18 Gs right now?
But why are they asking random people? And how come like astronauts are coming out the woodwork like, "Oh, I want to go to Mars"? Probably because they know, like, "Oh yeah, I'm not coming back."
I mean, Mars sounds like I mean, it even looks with all the photos and stuff.
Nobody wants to end up like Matt Damon, okay? And you're just stuck.
No joke.
Nobody wants to end up like that. You're just waiting to die. That's miserable.
You can probably get a lot done in that time, though.
You are by yourself on a freaking planet.
Well, also, to be fair, though, I don't know, man. I just can't not. I couldn't not go. I don't know what I could contribute. Little to none, if even that. I am
I don't know.
very.
There's probably some basic ass jobs up there.
I'm very stupid.
Mining for resources.
Also,
watering
I'm good
plants.
at manual labor. You need a gardener or like a pool cleaner.
Yeah, but do you know what to do?
I'm there, dude.
Yeah, but this is foreign soil.
Hey, you got 7 to 9 months to learn on the trip there.
I mean, yeah. No, I thought it was like a 3-month trip.
No, I want to talk about that. Can we touch on that real quick?
touch on it.
Duration.
Touch all up on that shit.
I'm gonna grind up on it, bro. I did nothing but logistical, statistical analysis.
Yeah,
on
hit me with the hard numbers.
Okay, so there's a lot of different ways you can look at it. But here's some of the hard numbers. Some of the hard numbers are, I'm just going to run you down. I'm going to hit you with some knowledge.
Okay.
Top to bottom, front to back, the dirty back.
Hit me with it.
I'm about to get there.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
All right, so here's what I got. Okay, inhabiting Mars, the trip there and back. So I focused heavily on the scale of this, and I told you, Tommy, about that beforehand. So there's gonna be a lot of like relative scaling involved. But anyways, so from start to finish, the scale of the trip, timeline of travel, or missions would be most most efficient when Earth and Mars are the closest. We obviously, common sense kind of tells you that you're not going to travel to Mars if Mars is on the other side of the sun and we're not there
Which
yet.
is only
Everybody kind of knows, but do you know what the
was
duration
it
is?
every 26 months.
It's every 26 months that Earth and Mars are at apt distance, or it's not even apt. It's like the closest they get is every 26 months.
Right.
So that being said, that would turn your mission to duration of the trip would be about 7 months. I've heard 7 to 10. But
So it would take almost a year.
just to get there. So they tell you
Holy shit.
they're planning ahead in advance. They're planning for a 21 to 24 month long trip. And that's if you're landing, turning around, coming right back.
That's insane.
They're talking 7. So I've got it written down somewhere.
You imagine the captain of that?
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
Like-
here it is. All right. So you're talking 21 to 24 month trip. You're talking 7 to 9 months just to get there, right? It could even be 6. I'm wrong. It could be 6 to 9 months just to get there because we've heard both. You're going to spend 3 to 5 months there. And mind you, this is if you're landing, boots on the ground, boot scoot boogie, turn around, come right back. No effing around, just getting shit done. So then you got 3 to 5 months on Martian soil. You got to learn as much as you can. You're the first man on Mars. 3 to 5 months. You've got a planet half the size of Earth. Go figure it out. 3 to 5 months. Obviously, they're going to hit key places or whatever. And then 7 to 9 months back. You're talking a 21 to 24 month trip, and you're getting 90 days on the ground.
That's only
2-year trip. You're getting 90 days on the ground.
That's
That's
just,
insane to
that's
me.
just a
That's like a-
mission there and back though. That's not.
That's a really
That's
shitty
not
vacation.
setting up.
That's how I look at it.
It's not.
What's that?
It's a crappy vacation.
Yeah, you
Well,
would
that's-
not.
that's just a
your
mission,
time
though.
off
That's
never
not-
seems long enough.
that's not
what it would feel
colonizing.
like. Like, dude, it took this long to get here, and that's all. That's it. We
Well,
only
but,
get this amount of time, and then we're gone. Like,
Yeah.
The next closest batch, I don't remember when it is, cycles through again, but it's coming up. But Elon wants to send, I think it's like $10 million worth of resources to the red planet, to Mars,
Yeah.
of supplies.
like
to,
just send it itself.
yeah, it itself. So to like gels to start planting plants in that you rehydrate with the water that's on Mars already, or the stuff to make greenhouses and the mining equipment to mine for rocket fuel.
So if we go exclusively with SpaceX, the Falcon Heavy with Starship, which can carry a rather large payload, which it actually carries 18.52 tons,
Yeah,
and
a big old load.
a huge load.
Yeah,
And some things that weigh about 18.5 tons are 2.5 T-Rexes. I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet.
Is that a real statistic?
2.5 elephants. 1/4 of a space shuttle.
So wait, an elephant and a T-Rex weigh the same.
Roundabout.
Wait, what? How?
Roundabout.
I thought T-Rexes were.
These are
fucking-
average weights too.
So
And then also 4.5 hippos. So what I'm getting at is, and you're cutting one in half. So I estimate you would need about 13, conservatively, 13 to 20,000 wombats to land on Mars before humans get there.
800.
That's how I
million-
feel about it.
800 million wolf hairs.
Yeah, essentially. And one payload. Hey, no, I'm not done yet. I went deep on this.
God,
I went deep on the wombat.
spit it out.
So the average wombat can weigh up to about 77 pounds.
Yeah, he's really hitting us with like the direct numbers of this. You really thought this out, didn't you?
So one payload can carry about 481 wombats. Right? So for 13 to 20,000 wombats, we would need at least 34 payloads.
Why is this a statistic?
34.
And then you need food for them.
Payloads of wombats take priority. Well, no, this is all a metaphor. The wombats are the food. Food is wombat. Wombat's food.
Wombats are the food.
And food. Well, you're not going to eat a wombat. Well, you might.
When you start with like chickens,
I don't know the average weight of a chicken.
Less than a
my
fucking
God.
wombat.
I'm not looking up. the
18
average weight.
pounds?
No.
No.
18 pounds?
I don't know.
Chicken?
What kind of
Jesus.
chicken?
I can't remember
do
the
you
last
got?
time I
Yo,
picked
what
up a
fucking
chicken.
steroids are you
That's-
feeding that motherfucker?
What's
Like,
it weigh? 5 pounds? I don't know. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'd say maybe 5
I'm
pounds.
educated, but
You
I'm
got
not,
the laptop in front
I'm
of you.
not like world trained.
Hold on,
Yeah,
I
I'm-
got, I got this. real
yeah.
quick.
Google it on
Let me-
the laptop in your
Let
pocket.
me Google this real quick.
Alrighty.
I went really deep on this though.
Yeah, you did.
So the trip to Mars. 20 minutes later, here we go. How much is your average chicken?
1.4 pounds.
see, that's a lot.
I wasn't even close. I was,
Dude, you weren't even in the
18
market,
off?
yo. You were like,
yeah, mutant chickens is what I was thinking of.
literal
Fucking
mutant
turkeys.
turkeys. What the fuck?
Yeah, maybe
dude?
I was thinking turkey. Maybe a turkey's 15 pounds.
I guess.
I don't know.
Never
there
held a
either,
turkey.
but-
I mean, not a live one.
I don't think I've held a dead one either.
Yeah, you have.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure you have. I don't know.
Anyway,
A lot of dead things are. in
You
my
were
head.
talking about fuel.
yeah. No,
There's a-
they're
there-
gonna. Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into this. So when you talk about the trip to and from Earth to Mars, you're talking 36 million miles. That's 190.
It's ridiculous.
That's 190 million feet.
I wonder how many trips that is around the world.
Um,
Like honestly, like I wonder.
oh, and that wombat stat.
oh my god.
That wombat stat was.
Yo, get off of the wombat.
Well, no, because I'm about to use it again. That was bluebullprojects.com. Bluebullprojects.com. So in 190,000 feet that it takes to get to, or 190 million feet that it takes to get to Mars, you can fit. How many football fields? I don't remember. I wrote it down somewhere. You can fit like
wombat.
633,600,000 football fields between us and Mars at our closest.
When you really think about that, that's not that far away.
I know. It kind of seems a little more like Dan Marino could probably throw a football that far.
Like six. So it's 600,000.
No, it's 633,600,000
Oh,
football fields.
633 million. Okay, I thought
Yeah,
you said thousands.
it's
I
a
was
little
like,
much.
wait, okay, that's not that really. That's not that bad. Now
Yeah.
that you said million, yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
that's-
to
that's
put
a-
it into perspective, going to the moon is about 300,000 miles.
but only 3.5 days.
Three.
So what is that like 180 wombats?
Well, if we go, let me go back to my bluebullprojects.com.
Oh my god.
If so, the moon's on average about 250,000
Yeah.
miles away from the Earth to moon.
Yeah.
To get to Mars one time, that would be like going to the moon and back 72 times without
72.
stopping. Without stopping. That's how far you're going.
God, Tom Hanks, rip your heart out.
I
That's
know.
No, and then
You're
Hear me
running
out.
out of fuel,
Hear
bro.
me out. Yeah. So they were they're talking about the Starship, right? Whatever the fucking
Starship
big,
is
yeah, Starship's the big one,
that's-
right?
That's
Like
the
Star
one they're gonna
Trek?
Yeah,
use.
so they're trying to get
Starship
to
Enterprise?
where once it gets to the moon, it refills with another one. Listen to that. It takes 72 trips, right? For with
Right.
the Earth to the moon, back and forth 72 times. But after one time from the Earth to the moon, they want to refill before they go the extra 72.
We're at the ISS.
On
Is the
moon
ISS
or,
at the
like,
moon,
right
Corey?
outside. No,
Jesus fucking
it's-
Christ,
Where
what are
the
you,
fuck do they where are they gonna refuel at?
He's talking about stopping in the moon, bro.
Yeah,
You're just gonna
they're
stop at the moon and
well,
refuel?
right outside the moon. Yeah,
What are we gonna do? Take a fucking carrier with it and be like, all right, now
no,
fill it
another
up.
Starfleet
No,
ship.
no, yeah, they're talking.
And then come off the moon, and
He's not aware of like the refueling.
Where does the fucking Death Star?
They're
come into
going?
play?
They're going. I'm not laughing at what you said. I'm laughing at what I'm about to say. They're going ass to ass.
Yeah, have
on
you not
these.
seen
They're
it?
going.
Have you not seen it? That's how
No,
they
I have
refuel.
not- I have not
Have you seen some docking type shit? Like,
Yeah,
it's like
it's
so
ass to
imagine-
ass.
Imagine like dick to dick, but the back.
It was a
the
gay
back.
porno.
It's butt to butt.
I didn't know it was a gay porno.
It's
Yeah,
butt to
Girls never
butt,
showed up.
and it's like two dudes,
Docking.
two butts turning.
It's like going butt to
butts.
butt.
I don't know.
Dock butts?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
Well, they are.
Yeah.
You can scissor. You can dock butts.
Well, with Starship, they are, and essentially one is going to be like orbiting the moon, holding all the fuel,
All right.
or like a fuel cell, Like a star.
I'm 100% retarded with all of this.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, you're very
Outer
okay.
space
So
is
we'll just
not
pretend
my
like Corey's
forte.
not here.
Yeah.
I'm tracking what you're
So
saying.
we're docking
Yeah.
on the way to the moon.
Yeah, it's like tip to tip.
No,
but butt
on the
to
way
butt.
to Mars.
So
But you're stopping at the moon. The way it works is in that orbit. So like Earth is here and Mars is like here, but they're closest like here.
Yeah.
So we launch the people here and it goes out like at an angle
Yeah.
and then catches into like past the moon and then like we get caught into Mars's orbit and then land in Mars.
It's a little more
Scientific
tricky than that.
Yeah.
It is actually a lot trickier than that, but essentially that's what's happening.
Tricky.
But with Elon, with these rockets, and we've watched a
I
launch
think in
where they come
some-
back and they land, you know, all Tesla rocket-like on a fucking floating boat in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
I think for the model they're talking about, the launch, the next window to send humans, is it
2024.
2024?
2022, I think, is when they're sending supplies.
When-
But I think
whenever that-
2024 is when he's trying to send that billionaire to the moon and back.
Well, I'm talking about the next window, the next 26 months that Earth and Mars are the closest. The last time like the newest model that I saw, there's actually a slingshot by Venus involved. Trip you out. But the way that works is because we're in orbit, Earth and Mars are so close to one another, Venus is like around the curve. So you have to like shoot ahead of your target, wrap around the moon, shoot out, and then you meet up with Venus because it was ahead of us because we're all rotating clockwise or counterclockwise, whatever way, but it's ahead of us, going the same way Mars is, but it's closer still. And then there's like a wrap around Venus and then a shootout to Mars.
I'm just like drawing up a John Madden play in my head right now.
Yeah.
It's not.
If I had a wide erase board,
I'm waiting for like the boom, and you're there. Like I'm waiting.
yeah, and boom, there's the end zone. He got it. There's 6.
Yeah.
That's the Super Bowl.
But with
You gotta think how these guys come up with this shit.
They're way smarter than I am.
Like these guys are just locked in a
But
room.
with
like that's all they
Physics,
have.
man. Physics.
I mean, they're like engineers. They're just creepy people.
and
They're
Like,
terrifying.
Like that's
yeah.
all you think
100%.
about. That's it. That's it. That's all you think about.
Just wet dreams and physics.
it's creepy.
Physics and wet dreams. Wet dreams about physics.
Numbers.
God,
Space.
that's so hot.
Space rock.
Space coal.
But
Get my space rocks
also
off.
another thing is at what point does everything on Earth become cheaper due to
Oh, we did talk
everything in
about that.
Mars?
Yeah. Hashtag space coal.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's not for like another 3,000-4,000 years. Like that's
But no, but I'm just saying,
What
like,
were you thinking?
just like the rockets and the you know how they come back and land themselves and they're reusable. Elon's working on a way to take you from here to anywhere in the world in under an hour for the same cost as a plane ticket as in jet fuel.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, so it'll be rad. You go from like
Yeah,
here to
but is it-
Shanghai in
is it-
like
is it just-
36 minutes.
Is it just one person or is it like
No, dude, it'd be that Starfleet shit.
Yeah,
It'd be
Star-
that big 100 people.
Starship. And Starship, the human capacity is 100. And that's and that's like assuming we're going on a trip. Like,
pack your bags, kid?
Well, the first one's
Like,
going
he's
to the
got-
moon and back.
he's got 100-person capacity for a trip
these-
a trip to Mars. Like 9 months worth of space for 100 people.
Yeah, but how are you gonna supply enough food? Enough? I mean, like, think about that.
It's not having you don't
Dehydrated, my guy.
Dude, the scale of this thing. I've got a fun stat
That's
about that.
ridiculous, though.
This
Dude.
thing's big.
This thing,
Yeah.
no.
How is that gonna be that fast?
Corey, do you know what the Big Ben is in England?
Plus, you can
Yeah.
probably shoot like two other
Starship's
rockets
bigger
at the
than
same
Big
time.
Ben,
That's ridiculous.
and we're shooting that into space.
yeah, but that's a shitload of fuel you're using. Just to
No,
take off.
it's huge. It's huge. The diameter on this thing is ridiculous.
get that.
I couldn't find that stat, by the way. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know the
They've-
exact
they've
dimensions
turned it into
of
an
Starship.
assembly line. They can pump these things out like what every 2-3 months.
They're
A full fucking rocket to take 100 people. Boom, every like 2. I think they're trying to get it down to 2 weeks, but it's like every 2
I
months.
don't want to sound like
They're making Kia Sonatas, bro,
Yeah, no.
or Hyundai Sonatas, whatever. You get it.
Hyundai Sonata. No.
Hyundai Sonata nosebleed. You get it though. You know what I'm saying? Like they're ready to crank them out.
Okay. So here's my next question. Why? What drove this? Why are we so?
Because like humans, Earth is finite.
I know.
This will end.
Yeah, but so
This is
will. Yeah, but so will Mars.
This is a hell of a ride we're on.
Yeah.
We just keep
And
bouncing.
If we want,
We can become a multi-planet species
Exactly.
and prolong this planet and revive another, because that's pretty much like what would be happening in Mars. Is we'd have to
If you
breathe new
terraform.
life into it. Yeah,
It's fucking
Yeah.
horrifying.
it's not that horrifying.
It's horrifying.
It's pretty rad, honestly.
Yeah, but you got to think about it.
we
Why
burn
did-
this planet to shit. We go to Mars. We fix it. We come
Yeah,
back and
but
fix
that's
this one.
But that's exactly it, though. We burnt this planet.
But then
to
we got
shit,
the moon
and,
too.
like,
that
now
they're
we're gonna
working
go
on
fuck
putting
up another planet.
Dude, we fuck up everything we touch. We're
I
ants.
know. Why do you want to keep fucking things up? That's
what
my
I
whole
think is
thing.
going to happen. What I think is going to happen is what Elon is afraid of is that AI is going to become us. We will become AI, and so on and so forth, and it will become a different race in which we are less
dependent.
sympathetic. We are less sympathetic
And
towards
Mars
ourselves
is gonna
and
be more
others.
square one based
It will-
back to community. Hey, you don't know we got
No.
an air leak. We're gonna fucking die tomorrow if we don't get this shit fixed.
No, I think it's going to be a completely objective
It'd be like
reality.
going back to the 1920s.
No,
Before
complete
that.
opposite.
Dust Bowl.
It's going to be like
Dust
going.
Bowl.
It's going to be like going forward a billion times. It's going to be like robots are the future. Like
you're gonna have-
we
you'd
will
have to-
be
you know,
robots.
Robots
you
are
realize-
already in the future, man.
Yeah,
Like,
but we are robots,
we're
and
there.
yeah,
Hey,
like
would you still go to Mars because you have to be vegan? You have to grow. Literally, you're eating just whatever's grown there. You ain't got no
is
meat.
he asking us a real question? I'll
Exactly.
eat anything. I will eat anything.
You're gonna go without meat.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not a quitter.
He's not a quitter. He'll eat whatever he
Yeah,
can.
I'm not a quitter.
He's
man.
not gonna be happy about it, but he'll eat it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like. Oh, it was the best time of my life. I had a blast.
I
Yeah, no, I'll tell you how I really
like
feel.
they
But I'll survive.
I feel like they should bring some chickens.
For what though? They can't survive.
They can survive in an enclosed area, just like the plants.
Yeah, I know.
You're gonna get more meat off a wombat. Now I want to just touch back earlier
get
to what I was
off
saying.
of the wombat.
Fun fact about
Oh,
a wombat:
God, Jesus.
they store about twice as much ATP as. I'm just making this up. Now.
Did you
I
research
didn't go that
Mars
far.
or
No, I
wombats?
didn't.
He went down a tunnel of wombat. He started out with Mars, and then he just got to wombat and was like, "Oh, that's interesting."
You know, I'd never seen a picture of a wombat before.
I can't even think about one. I can't even think of like one.
Like a
looks
big gerbil, like a 77-pound gerbil. It's super cool, dude. It's super cool.
Oh man,
It is super cool.
I can't take you serious when you're talking about wombats.
I want to
Yeah.
touch back to what Tommy
Christmas
said
present.
earlier.
Let's get him a wombat. It'll mix in with the dogs.
I want to touch back on just for educational purposes. Back to what he said about the. He was talking about like fuel and finding water on Mars. The way they plan to do that is really intriguing. Actually, all the fuels like in the Saturn V rocket, NASA has previously used, and I got this from NASA.gov. The fuel they previously used, like I had told you before,
Mhm.
was a solid form of fuel. And the way they do that is they use it's granulated aluminum.
Mhm.
So it's a powder form of aluminum. They essentially just grind down aluminum metal down to a powder, like a really fine powder. And then they
It's
use
like cocaine.
Like
yeah. And then they
Tannerite.
use ammonium perchlorate, NH4ClO4, as a curing
solid.
agent. No, it's a curing agent for the solid to be combined with a liquid, and then that liquid, I think, the liquid was oxygen, liquid oxygen. So it's essentially how NASA has flown for the last 70 years or whatever, 50 years, 60 years. The way that SpaceX's Merlin engines work, which is pretty intriguing, they run off of a liquid fuel, and it has pros and cons, but the pros certainly outweigh the cons, and especially if we're going interplanetary and you can go somewhere where you can recreate your fuel. You can't recreate powdered aluminum on another planet. It's just not going to happen. Like, you get one shot to get off this Earth,
Yeah.
and that's what they were doing.
Yeah.
And then they got to the moon, and then they basically just, like, hawked a loogie off the moon and then, like, floated into orbit and linked back up with their ship and then rotated around the moon enough times to gain enough velocity to shoot back to Earth. That's what happened. They didn't have a lot of fuel when they got to the moon. Like, there was nothing left. They used all their fuel. So the way SpaceX is going to do it with the Merlin engine that they're using in the Falcon 9 Heavy is using a liquid kerosene, or RP1. It's an RP1 with the liquid oxygen again as the gas generator or the propellant. So it's fusing the two together. And oxygen is what's propelling. The cool thing about kerosene, I don't think I wrote down I didn't write down the chemical compound. It's a little more complex than what they plan to use on the way back, but it's like a long chemical composure. But anyways, then when they land on Mars, they're going to gather oxygen from Mars, from the water. That's there, right?
Frozen in the poles.
Yeah.
Right. They plan
and they think that there's water below the surface because Mars did have lakes at one point in time.
Ifs.
Dude, wait till I hit you with this.
Hit me with it.
This is going to blow your mind.
Hit me with it. Come on.
Tanks are empty. You've gone all the way to Mars.
Okay.
You're there.
Yeah, which
Tanks
I
are
expect
empty.
to happen.
Red
yeah.
light on.
You've shot your shot.
Yeah.
And you're there.
Your load's gone.
Blown that load. # money shot. Now you find oxygen in the water.
Yeah.
Liquefy it.
Okay.
And from the vast amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere,
if there's any,
you combine the hydrogen from the water, the carbon from the atmosphere, you make CH, standby, 4.
CH, standby.
4.
Liquid methane,
Okay.
which is so combustible, we make lighters with it
Yes.
on Earth. Methane lighters. Methane fuel, you've heard of it.
Yes.
We can make that on Mars. And the cool thing about the Merlin is it can use RP1 kerosene or methane. Oxygen still being your accelerant, which we can also draw from the water. It's insane that they've gone this far into thinking about it, but they are planning to get there and planning to come back. It's
they
possible.
Gotta have a safety.
It's
pullback.
really possible.
It's
really possible, bro.
No, it's
insane.
It's possible, but is it plausible?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it'll happen in our lifetime.
I doubt it.
It's happening right now.
I doubt that we will have
It's
people
happening.
go to Mars and make it back home.
I don't know about making it back, but there'll be people that make it to Mars.
Oh no, I don't doubt that there'll be people,
There'll be people
make
that
it
try
to
to put
Mars.
greenhouses on that shit.
I am already sold on the fact that they're going to send this unlucky group of people to go die. Like that's all you're doing.
God, that's
Well,
dark.
You're going to a planet to die. Like you're
before
signing away the
NASA
rest of your life.
I mean, yeah, you're gonna die on another planet, which is kind of cool. But NASA will not send.
Is it though?
NASA.
What if they die on the way there? And you're like the
NASA
only
will
one that's
not
alive?
will not send people there unless there's only a 10% chance of failure.
I am only a proponent of living because I don't feel cool about killing myself. That being said, if I could die on Earth, I think that'd be awesome. If I die on Mars, twice as cool. Hands down.
If you could die on Earth, you're gonna die on Earth.
Yeah, but not as soon as I want to.
Yeah, no. I mean,
Yeah, but if you die on
Yeah,
Mars,
you're gonna suffer. Like, nah, I'm just gonna sit here and deal with it.
Yeah, like I made it to 30. I'm good.
Here, yeah.
I'm good. They're like, nah, joke's on you. You're going to make it to 65 or 80.
That would be the hard thing for
Mars
me to
it is.
swallow.
Yeah. Send me to Mars. It's not the only thing you'll swallow.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so what are they expecting? Like to colonize Mars?
in a
That's
way.
the game plan.
Yeah, but
Was it up to 1 million people by
2050.
yeah, but here's the
2050?
thing: are you expecting to like create an ecosystem there?
Yep.
Like you're gonna make it breathable, where
You're
people don't
talking-
need spacesuits to walk
Okay.
outside?
Eventually.
Now you're...
Yeah, but you know how hard that's going to be
Long-term
and how
goal.
long that's going to take for the planet to actually develop
I
into that?
mean,
You're talking millions of years for it to create. Yes,
No.
bullshit. Yes,
I
you're
don't know.
going to have to wait at
Let him finish.
least 1 million years for even the smallest of a greenhouse to even form. And ozone will take
Let him finish.
forever. Yeah, go ahead, hit me with it. Tell me. How long do you think the
One
Earth's
at a
ozone
time.
took? How long do you think it took the
Well,
Earth?
it just depends. At one point in time, Mars had an ozone from a meteorite that was stuck in its
Great.
orbit.
Can
that
you recreate
rotated
an
around.
ozone?
Who fucking knows, man?
Exactly.
We can fucking
Can
try.
you recreate an ozone? Because
One
we
at a
can't
time.
fix the holes in our own. So no, you
Well,
cannot
that's because
create
we
an
can't
ozone.
stop the China
Wait, what?
factories and not using scrub filters. That's my point on that.
Yeah, they didn't.
That's
No,
it.
he's not wrong. They...
Yeah, dude. As the United States,
It's
we are
China's
not
fault.
causing global warming on a giant scale. Maybe other than like fucking
Yeah,
California.
China doesn't. They have an FDA,
Yeah, right.
but there's not a global standard. You'll be shocked to know that there's not an EPA on a global scale. America is one of the few countries that is trying to be proactive in the fact that you can only dump so much. Yeah, well, some of Europe, most of Europe, but these other nations, Russia, I don't know if they have one. I know China, they have a form of the FDA, but they're not nearly as strict. During the Industrial Revolution, they didn't create they didn't have a federal governing body to stop them from doing anything. They were. That's why
still don't.
That's why they were just pumping out.
They still don't.
They were pumping out. Their cities overgrew themselves. You hear about towns. You hear about towns like Cincinnati that are outgrowing themselves. China as a country has almost done that on their eastern seaboard. They have outgrown themselves entirely. The entire eastern seaboard is outgrown. Well, yeah. They just overpopulated. They overgrew. Because nobody was there to be like, oh, whoa, slow down. Like when we hit the Industrial Revolution, shit started popping up pretty quickly. But then as soon as like Chicago and like New York City and shit was getting real crazy, and then we found out that lead and gasoline was hurting kids, we were like, all right, we need somebody to regulate.
Stop eating paint. Don't huff the glue.
You're hurting the kids. And then the FDA came around, or they may have already been around, but they got a little more strict.
But I think that
kind of like OSHA.
I think you'll see.
I don't know that
as more rockets and as we get more boots on ground, I think you'll see that once we figure out how to grow in Martian soil, and I think you'll see a drastic increase, especially if we get more stuff in its orbit. It might. We don't know. We don't know if its core is still active. I mean, it's got a volcano on it bigger than Mount Everest.
That's terrifying.
And we've also been observing Mars
for 15 plus years.
Like
longer than that.
Like 100. Like through telescopes.
I mean, if you count the Romans and going, ooh, that planet's red.
Well, I mean, accurately...
Stars bright.
Accurately looking at Mars like in high definition for at least 50 years, we've been observing.
We have not had high definition for 50 years.
I'm talking about telescopes bigger than your house. Yes, we have.
Well, yeah, maybe that.
Yeah. So for at least 50 years, we've been doing that. And there's been zero...
I think that we're just going to be really let down by Mars.
I don't think that we will.
I think it's going to be a massive letdown, and we are way in over our heads.
You ever hear about you get what you pay for?
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Totally. Everybody kind of knows that. I bought these $20 headphones.
Yeah, but how are you going to put $20 headphones? How are you going to price traveling in outer space?
No, I'm just using it
20 to 25 years of your
life.
No,
it's a metaphor. Yeah. It's a metaphor. What I'm saying is that you're looking at Mars and it is a dead planet.
Yeah.
We know what we're getting.
Yeah.
The goal is just simply to get somewhere plausible, close. They've even played with the idea of Venus, like living in the atmosphere.
How the fuck?
Living in the atmosphere of Venus.
How?
How
the fuck would that even work? We can't even get cameras into Venus. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Venus.
Next.
We can't even get cameras into Venus.
They have played conceptually with the idea. We have had a rover. Russia has had a rover on Venus.
It got destroyed before it even hit the ground.
No, there are pictures from the ground on Venus.
Bullshit.
That's a real thing. I believe it was China or Russia. Yep.
I
promise you.
How real was that?
I promise you. No, I promise you. I promise you. But they've played with the idea that Venus is habitable as well if you just stay in the clouds, like if you stay off the ground. If you go to the ground will kill you. It's too hot. The gases will kill you. It's extremely active volcanically. Are you guys checking me on these pictures? Are you both checking me simultaneously? Do none of you believe me? There is a picture of Venus's surface. I think it may be in black and white, but there is a picture.
No, there's a picture.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's creepy as fuck.
I'm not wrong. It survived the landing and then was demolished by the heat shortly thereafter. The heat is hot.
That's what I mean.
The atmosphere is cool.
What?
It's way different because you're getting away from the rock and closer to outer space.
Okay.
The vacuum in space is very, very cold. Doesn't matter if you're in sunlight or not.
You'll turn straight into an ice cube.
Yeah, so if you hover in that perfect spot in the atmosphere of Venus...
You'll have you're trying to hover your entire life?
They are conceptually playing with the idea.
The fucking Jetsons? What's going on here?
I'm just saying the whole point is just to get the human race off of Earth
And on to another planet as like a backup.
Yeah, I get
long-term.
that. Why are we so rushed for it though now?
All it takes is one.
I know, but isn't it weird
one
that
button.
I know? Isn't it weird though that we are so rushed now to get to Mars?
because we have the technology for the first
know.
time.
Why not?
But
Why not go to Mars?
But I feel like there's like something we don't know about with Earth going on there.
Mars
We're like,
goes
oh, fuck,
hard.
We're
Update just in.
Yeah, hashtag.
I think that something big's gonna happen in like the next 20 years.
I hope so, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
you know what
really,
it's gonna be? It's gonna be everybody loading up to get on one of these spacecrafts to go to
I
Mars.
really think like
every 2 weeks
I think that there's
as our ozone rots away. No, I'm just kidding.
I really think that the powers that
We're gonna
be
become
know
underground
something that we
people.
don't, and they're like, oh yeah, Mars.
I don't want to get into this whole.
I know, but damn it,
Alex
dude.
Jones, let me tell you about the lizards in the moon.
They're gonna become.
not gonna lie.
We're gonna become underground people. At
I'm a
Mars,
little
though.
retarded.
I'm a little dumb.
I'm a little retarded.
Let me tell you about trees.
Everything's gonna be underground.
Just take a drink of that.
There's a microphone in the tree right now.
Drink that.
Honest to God, I'll tell you what. If we don't make fun of, if we make fun of Alex Jones on the next episode of this, it won't be soon enough. That man is insane.
I would totally have him on as a guest, though.
100%. Given the
100%.
chance,
Oh my god.
and I would be as respectful as possible.
I wouldn't.
Be like, "Oh, let me tell you about the lizards that live in the moon," and be like, "Oh, well, tell me about the lizards that live in the moon,
Yeah.
crazy man.
I just look at him like, tell me more.
Tell me more.
Please.
Look me in the eyeballs."
Look me and tell me how real this is.
Yeah, he's insane. But
Bonkers.
yeah, and that's where you're going with this lizard Illuminati trash.
Yeah, it's not Lizard Illuminati.
It-
You were in the military. Please don't
We're
sit there and tell me
rushed.
that there's things that we don't know.
We're rushed because you never know. You just don't know when
Right.
it could all come to a crashing halt.
Exactly. We don't know.
We have a pretty good idea.
They do.
We're following objects in the Kuiper Belt and leaving the Oort cloud. These
There's-
are things that we
Oh.
track.
I read somewhere today that the black hole that is within the Milky Way is actually 2,000 light years closer than what they predicted.
I saw something about that on Facebook, so I didn't even click
Yeah, it's
on
on
it. But
Facebook. I actually saw that.
I saw it on Facebook. That's why I didn't click on it.
Yeah.
I still need to delete my
Hashtag.
Facebook.
Or social dilemma.
Social dilemma. Yeah.
Yeah. But that just goes to show you. If I see news on Facebook, I just.
Yeah. No,
Right
I didn't.
past it.
I didn't. See
I don't
it on
even stop.
Facebook.
But I did see it on there. Dude, I'll tell you what it is. Every universe, every galaxy is going to have a black hole. Something has to be
There's
rotating.
different kinds of black holes.
There
right?
has to be something. Oh, yeah, there's tons of different.
Yeah.
There's spinning, there's non-spinning, there's supermassive, there's minor, there's major.
tight. There's loose.
Yeah, there's black, there's white. I mean, you can get into all kinds of different things. There really are white holes before you
Yeah, I
take
know.
this to a
No,
racist
no, I know
place.
there is.
You were about to look at me
No.
like, what are you saying, Brian?
I was gonna
What
say-
are you saying?
I was gonna say, what about my black hole?
I'll look at your white hole.
There you go.
That's your front hole.
Yeah, there it is.
Tommy can check out your back hole.
My urethra.
It's pink.
Whoa. It's all pink on the inside.
That's not wrong.
I don't know if Mars is pink on the
I
inside.
want to make sure that I'm not missing anything.
So are we gonna like drill when we get to Mars?
Yeah, we already have two. Well, actually, 3 rovers. 2 that don't work no more.
They died.
But one of them has a drill on it that drilled into the surface to look for what they think is microbial life, but it could also be lava from where like all the volcanoes on that shit.
It's gonna be really freaky if like. Why do you look like it? What?
I had a whole nother page of notes I forgot about.
Yeah, I'm not shocked. You look shocked.
You guys want to talk about radiation?
Oh my
Yeah,
Let's talk about radiation
Yeah,
because
go
this is
ahead with
one
it.
of the things that
That's
Elon.
part of it of me saying that we're gonna become underground people when we get there. Is we're
That's
gonna
a
have these
huge
huts
thing.
that are gonna
That's a huge thing.
kind of maybe
Yeah.
protect us from radiation, but we're gonna have to go into the ground
Oh,
to
yeah.
find not only water
Some fallout
and other
shit.
resources, but
I got some
plant.
knowledge.
Some radon. Let's go.
I got some rads for you.
Dude, they got machines that'll land and set up all the tents and then put the radiation protection stuff on the outside.
I hope you guys are Fallout fans because here we go. All right, so we're gonna talk about radiation. What is it? Can anyone in here explain to me what radiation is?
It's nuclear fallout.
That's incorrect. Do you know what radiation is?
It's microscopic radio waves that fry shit.
You're getting close, way closer than Corey.
All that I know is that it kills you.
100%. But not all radiation will kill you. You're radiating right now. My computer is radiating right now. Radiation is energy in the form of waves and or high velocity particles. That's what radiation is. There's all kinds of radiation. starts at the lower end of the spectrum. The waves that won't hurt you, radio waves.
Like microwaves.
Like the waves that are coming in and out of our cell phones, they don't hurt you.
Even though they cause cancer.
It depends on what kind they are, but they don't.
Hashtag 5G.
No, but they don't harm you. What physically leaves your earpiece and goes into your head does not hurt you.
Right.
And that's a radio wave.
Yeah.
That's a high frequency radio wave. Yeah. So then there's that. On the other end of the spectrum, gamma rays will fucking annihilate you. Just
Zap.
dead. Gone.
Fried.
It would blow our sun up. It just gamma rays are the
Gamma rays would blow our sun up.
I don't know. I don't have scientific evidence on that, but it'll destroy a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of stuff that's in between. And basically, another form of radiation is just visible light. So that's on the scale as well. So this is all on the same scale. Radio waves, microwaves, visible light, ultraviolet, X-rays, gamma rays. And that's why you wear a lead vest when you take an X-ray.
Yeah.
Because an X-ray is a short enough frequency that it'll hurt you. But anyways, that being said.
They use radiation to kill cancer.
Yeah. So ionizing radiation, that'll kill you. That's what causes cancer, ionizing radiation. That's why you can't spend that much time in ultraviolet rays because they'll give you skin cancer, so on and so forth. The scale. We just talked about the scale. Exposure. So cosmic radiation is the worst. And
Is that what's from the sun?
Yeah. Well, just from all. It could be from a star that blew up a billion light years away.
The sun is a star.
But when those rays make it here, and if those rays hit you, done. Like dead. And that's why they're so scared about like Betelgeuse. If you've ever heard that name before, that's a star that has blown up, will blow up, is about to blow up. I don't know. I'm not sure. But they're worried that the rays will affect us here. And it's like light years away.
Right.
It's crazy. But like this shit's dangerous. So Mars 1 habitat. This is what I thought was cool. We talked about Mars 1 earlier. Mars 1 habitat, that's like an international global effort to like start a habitat on Mars.
Yeah, they have like 100 candidates that they're taking to send to Mars, and like you said, it was a lottery at first, but then they narrowed it down because they had so many that they only taken certain people that meet certain specs.
Useful people. That's what matters.
Yeah,
young kids with no families.
Yeah, I don't want to send.
Is that how it is?
I don't know. Some of them
orphans. It's like a bad,
like
it's like
college
a bad,
kids with no families.
It's like a bad X-Men episode, It's like, oh, they're just orphans. Fuck them. Like what? Oh my god. They don't have any families. Just send them.
They're just going to an orphanage, and they're like, in 20 years, you're going somewhere far, far away.
Burn all of their documents. We want no tracing.
Yeah, erase their fingerprints.
As soon as they're off the Earth, we don't
take them off the grid.
Pretty much how it's going to be.
Cool thing about Mars 1. They have decided that they will start their huts or their habitats 5 meters underground. And a meter is about 3 feet 3 inches. I say about only because it goes to like the thousands place.
Feet.
16.5. But yeah, he was really close. But yeah, you're only a foot and a half off. You're really close.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, but yeah, they're planning on like living 15 feet underground.
I'm just here.
But that's what's crazy is that they have done the science and the math that Martian soil, I think it's only like 10 feet, is enough to stop cosmic radiation.
That's ridiculous.
There's no atmosphere. Like they have an atmosphere, but it's
so dangerous yet.
It's like
we're going to be mole people for a few years.
Yeah, no pigmentation in the skin. We're just going to be like albino.
Why do you think aliens are so pale, dude?
That's creepy. Shut the fuck up.
We are aliens. I've thought about this. What if aliens are just us from the future?
What if?
Isn't that crazy to think about?
I don't want to get on this lizard people conspiracy with you.
What if we find life on another planet, but it's only because we brought it there first? Like, what if one of the rovers had bacteria on it from us?
We would
and then
know.
we go and pick it up.
We would know.
Oh, yeah, would we?
Yeah, there's going to be
There's got to be something that adapts to Martian.
There would be a trace
atmosphere
somewhere on it.
Well, you're going to have guessing. But if you look at bacterium and it has like a genetic sequencing that you've seen before, which we've genetically sequenced a lot of life on Earth. If we've seen it before, that's going to throw some alarms.
Yeah.
And then when it throws those alarms,
they already have plants that have grown in Martian soil.
I just gotta ask you real quick: is that Pickle Rick on your leg, dude?
You got a Pickle Rick tattoo?
I don't think it's Mr. Poopy Butthole. Oh, okay.
Hold on.
I saw his socks
shit
real quick.
yourself?
His socks threw me off.
Oh, what is that? It's not Pickle Rick?
No, it's not Pickle Rick.
I think
No, I
that's
thought it was for a
Mr.
second.
Poopy Butthole.
I don't know
I
what
think.
that is.
It looks like Mr. Peanut,
No,
the
it's not.
peanut guy.
That's hot.
That's super hot with the top hat and he dances.
I know why Lexi stays with you now.
Yeah, she stays with you for the socks.
That's really what it's all about.
Yeah.
All in all said and done, there's a lot that goes into it. None of the three of us.
What can we?
I
Okay.
would probably go to Mars.
What can we? Okay, yeah. Let's our final analysis, Brian.
I can't contribute anything to this conversation. All I did today was just tell you guys.
Would you or would you
you-
not go to Mars?
I've already. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's this.
Now,
okay.
would you still go to Mars if you couldn't return?
There you go.
That's the game. I've already said I'm ready
Yeah,
to.
you didn't
Okay.
even think.
What about
Like,
you?
I'm
Yeah,
ready
I
to
would go,
die
but
now.
if I couldn't return, I don't know.
Yeah, no, fuck that. I'm not going. I want the guinea pigs to go. Have fun. I'll be
I mean,
here.
Yeah, I'll try it.
I'm not gonna be alive whenever it fucking happens.
Yeah, we will. Mark this date.
When we're colonizing and
Yeah.
doing all that, no, I won't.
Technically,
we
a
won't be
colony is any more than two people.
Here.
That
It won't. Elon Musk will not see it. I promise you that. Elon Musk will not see colonization of Mars.
the first two people are going to Mars in the next 10 years, I promise you,
Okay.
and they're going to build something there. And then
Really?
once that
You
building's
think they're
built,
gonna
that's a colonization.
You really think they're
I
going to
mean, yeah.
survive the whole almost year trip through space?
It could be 6 months if they get lucky. Venus lines up just right.
That's what I'm
No,
saying. If
Venus,
everything,
It
Well,
could be 6
everything-
months
yeah,
there,
yeah.
and you're done.
I'm talking about
And you've
almost a
made it.
year in space, and you're just traveling, and that's just it. That's it. They're just traveling through space, and they're hoping that everything lines up.
I mean,
Everything will line up.
Okay.
We've been doing this, bro.
Okay, bro.
yeah, we've been to Mars plenty of times.
It's not even that. It's not
Mars
even that.
has like three
It's not even-
rovers and
It's
some
easier to send a
satellites
robot
and-
where you're not
Bro,
worried about.
we
living
have
human
sent.
beings.
We have accurately sent Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. Voyager 1 outside of the solar system and had made pit stops along the way accurately in the last 10 years with technology that's 40 years old, which by the way, these are the smartest grown men on Earth. By the way, the technology on that Voyager carrying that gold disc with the symbol for the aliens and shit on it, that's the same technology that's in this calculator that's in my desk somewhere. It is elementary as it gets. On off switch, on off switch, on off switch. There's no dialing. There's no compute. Nope. It's hey,
So not as much that can go wrong.
I mean, you still got to dodge meteorites.
Let's think about this. We don't make things that last anymore.
but what matters is that they're accurately navigating. That's why we have pictures of Pluto. Because Voyager made a stop on the way out of the fucking solar system, bro.
Yeah, I
that
know
bitch is
that.
out in the Oort cloud.
I know that.
The Oort cloud is really far away.
Yeah, I know that.
I'm just saying, it's impressive. We're gonna make it to Mars. We're just gonna make it.
We'll make it.
We've made it 1,000 times as a species. I bet we've been to Mars.
The thing is, we won't get to put our toes.
At least a
in
couple
the
hundred
Martian
times.
Understand
sun.
what I'm saying? He won't see it colonized. There'll be people there, but they ain't gonna be colonizing it.
Yeah,
They're
right.
gonna
By
be,
definition,
they're
a
gonna be
colony,
sitting there going, "Okay, now what the fuck do we
a
do?"
colony is just more than one person. It could technically be one person, just as long as they build a structure on somewhere where they are not from. That is a colonization, my friend. If they plan on keeping their species or their people there, it's a colonization.
All right. Well, if they colonize it, I'll shave my eyebrows.
Oh, that's
Oh, dog.
mark it in the books.
Oh, man.
Mark it. He's gonna be a
You-
creepy looking 40-year-old.
You heard it here. I'm gonna shave my eyebrows.
It's
if
gonna be
they
10 years.
Actually colonize it.
What did you define as a colonize?
I just defined it.
Okay, so just one
No.
building
It has to
with
be more
like
than-
two people?
If I remember right, a colony just has to be more than one person, and they just have to build a permanent structure. That is it. Look up the definition of colony, and we will validate. But I'm pretty confident you have to not be from there. Come there, build something.
You have to be not from there. Pretty sure that's one of the stipulations.
You can't.
I could be completely
you
wrong
can't
here.
be from like L.A. County and then like leave and then come back and be like, "Yo, I'm colonizing this bitch." You know what I mean? You can't do that.
The action of approaching a place or domain for one's own use.
Yeah. Boom.
Establish political control. Come to settle among and establish
Hey.
political control.
Nothing.
Appropriate a place or domain for one's own use. So we have to get use out of it.
Yeah, we're going to.
Okay.
we actually get use out of Mars.
We don't even have
an
to build
object to
anything.
land on.
Yeah, so that's
I just
actually
got use out of
easier.
that.
That's easier.
No, if we'll actually
Technically, we've already colonized Mars at that point.
no, we
I
haven't.
know,
By
right?
that definition,
I mean,
we have
shit.
utilized data that we have
to
collected
make 3D maps and grids of the planet.
to.
We also have 3D maps of Venus, apparently.
Oh yeah, we have
3D map
satellites.
of Uranus.
We have satellites around.
Goddamn right you do.
You know, we sent a satellite to the sun that I'm really fascinated by. I'm really excited about it. That we've not yet been able to do it ever.
Yeah.
They've always wanted to.
This is
We've always
gonna
studied
melt.
from afar.
It's gonna melt.
No, it won't, and it's because of the technology they have adhered.
We really think that we've made something that won't melt
It will not.
with the temperature of
And
the sun.
they're gonna float inside Mercury.
Yeah.
If I remember right, they're gonna float inside Mercury around the sun
You want to know what?
and survive.
You want to know what somebody told me today, or not today? I was at a safety meeting. They were talking about.
Not today. 6 years.
They were
ago.
talking about
I don't
arc.
know.
They were talking about arc flashes.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah, and they were saying how they can get hotter than the surface of the sun. I laughed at them. I said, "Do you have any idea how hot that is?"
Were they right?
No, they were wrong. There's no way an arc flash can get as hot or hotter than the surface of the sun.
Surface of the sun's pretty hot. Did you know the corona is actually hotter than the surface of the sun?
Did you say the
The-
corona?
The
Yeah.
corona?
Yeah.
What?
The coronas, like the flames that you see coming off, those are actually hotter than the surface of the sun.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean the fucking flashes that come off of it?
The flames or
Yes.
whatever. The things that aren't on the surface, the
yes.
yellow that comes off of
It's
it,
the flashes. Yeah,
That's
that
what
come
he's
off of
talking
it.
about.
the flames essentially, yeah. But the fumes and the flames are actually
Yeah.
hotter than the surface of the
I
sun.
believe that. Yeah.
It's pretty crazy to think about, though. Like all that heat and all that mass is like condensed, and you would think that like the closer you get, the hotter. It's like no, it's like the
whenever-
closer you get, you actually drop in temperature.
Well,
Like
yeah.
once you get past the
If you
like,
can get
atmosphere
past.
or whatever, you're not going to.
Yeah.
You're not gonna make it,
You're
bro.
not gonna make that, bro.
All right, so yeah, I would go. You're hesitant. Corey's
Corey's that fuck now. Corey ain't never
Corey's
leaving
a,
Earth.
Corey's a
He
quitter.
ain't never leaving
I'm not a
Earth.
quitter. I'm just smarter than that. I'm
No,
not gonna
you're
be
just
the
scared
I'm not
to
gonna be the
fly.
guinea pig. The fucking no. I'm not scared. No,
You couldn't do
I'll
9
fly.
months in
I'm not
space.
going to fucking space, bro.
He's scared to fly.
I'm scared to go to space.
You're
Space
scared to
scares-
fly to New Jersey.
Fuck you. I flew to Utah, dickhead.
Barely.
Barely.
Did you take a Xanax?
No, I didn't.
I fucking doubt it.
I took nothing, bro.
Like,
Hey, she
You're thinking what I'm
Hey, no,
thinking.
she even
That's all
offered it.
I'm thinking, dude.
Bro, she was shocked. She looked me up and down. She was like, "You don't want to take anything?" I was like, "Nope, I'm gonna feel this out." And she goes, "Okay."
Yeah.
And I was like, "All right."
I don't even smoke
would-
weed. I would have, if I was scared of flying, I'd be like, oh, I gotta smoke some
Hey,
weed.
hey,
I gotta do something.
Hey, when we got
something
the-
I've never done before.
Hey, when we got in the air, I was like, "Fuck, I should have taken some Xanax."
You know
Sit
the
next
only
to the
thing-
window and look out that shit.
the only thing that
Do
got
that the whole way to Mars, dog. You just bloop.
the only thing that got me through my first flight. This is how I know I'm born for Mars, or I would go in a heartbeat. The only thing
Talking
I'm
about your robo trip to fucking
No, the only way I got through my first flight, I'm talking about my very first flight when I flew from El Paso to home, I believe was my very first flight ever. The only way I made it through was my natural instinct where I was just like, if I die, fucking right now. Like, and that's how I've just looked at my whole life. Like, I'm so ready to die. Like, it's an overplayed story in my head. Like, the day I finally die, I'm like, oh, God, thank you. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
Like, no, and that's how I look at everything.
waiting on this for my whole
That's why I climb towers.
Literally.
It's finally here since
Yeah.
the day I crawled out my mom. I've been
Yeah.
waiting for this moment
I'm
right
telling you, man.
now.
This is what I've been waiting for. So that's how I know I'm made to go to Mars. Any day you could die.
He's
Why
gonna
not?
take his last breath and go. Yeah, it wasn't what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yo, Mars is really boring.
He's gonna get off of the ship and be like,
Fuck.
"Man, fuck."
Where's the Bud Light?
He's just gonna take the helmet off. Dude, fuck this.
Where's the Bud Light? Yeah, let me die in a minute and a half.
It's like a minute and 20 seconds is what the average human would last on Mars without a helmet on.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, a minute and a half you would survive.
That's horrible.
You could take your gloves off, feel the sand. Take your boots off, feel the
And feel the
shit
sand in your toes.
Just
the
really,
salty,
you
salty
would have a
sulfur.
minute and a half to do all of this, and then as you're choking and dying, and I don't even think it would be that painful because it's a carbon dioxide atmosphere, so it's gonna be like
Going to sleep.
It's gonna be like breathing in a paper bag, and
just passing
and
out.
then just never taking the bag off your mouth, just breathing in your own carbon dioxide. So you're gonna be able to breathe it, but it's gonna feel weird,
Well, yeah.
and you're gonna get lightheaded,
Yeah,
and
you're
then
gonna go to sleep.
and then you're just
You're just gonna be like,
lights out. You'll get really tired,
You're out.
really lightheaded, cold.
That's a fucked up way
Yeah,
to
it's
go
like
out.
negative 100.
Well, that's not true.
degrees there
Some
on
parts of the
Mars.
year it's 80 degrees on Mars. Blow your mind. At
Some.
the equator.
Yeah, but not right now.
Some parts of the year.
Some
Not
parts
right
of the year.
now.
Yeah, no.
Also, cool thing about Mars, one day on Mars is 24 hours and 37 minutes. It's almost exactly one day on Earth as it is on Mars.
Yeah.
As they're how fast they rotate on their axis. It's pretty insane that they're only 37. Mars is only 37 minutes slower. It's insane.
I mean, faster.
Slower. Because you're
You said
taking
24 hours and 37 minutes.
Yeah, because it takes them 37 minutes longer to rotate around, as upon Earth, it only takes us 24 hours to do a full
And
rotation.
yeah, it would be slower. Wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
it's 37 minutes slower. You're not good at math, and I understand.
I'm tired. Eat shit.
Eat shit and die.
Somebody had to work today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So yeah, that's all I've got, man. I feel really good about it. I would go in a heartbeat. Tommy on the fence. Corey
Fuck no.
soft.
Yeah. Super soft.
I got nothing else.
Super soft birthday party.
neither do I.
Well, yeah, no, I want to take some time to dedicate this episode to a fallen comrade. He passed away Monday. John Powell. I don't know where you're at, buddy, but where you're at, we're thinking about you. We lost you a little too soon, buddy.
Amen. And this has been the Days Grim again. I'm Brian.
I'm Thomas.
I am Cornelius.
That's Corey.
So, what if you those people that get off to they're beaten off and getting choked? Can you imagine that on Mars? And just,
asphyxiation?
taking your helmet off and I'm trying to see if you can nut.
Are you
real
just gonna try
fast
to
and then
nut
putting the helmet
just to be the
back
first
on?
guy to blow a load on Mars?
That's too much.
Just gonna pop a helmet off like.
This is my rock.
I got a fucking rock for you.
How's this for colonizing?
Corey,
There's
what do
a
you
million
say?
me's.
Like, subscribe, share the channel.
Hey, yeah, like, subscribe, share,
Go ahead and end it on that
all
nice
that fucking,
motivation note.
all that jazz.
Godspeed.
All that jizz.
Godspeed.
I mean, jazz.
Yeah. Oh, you shut off all the mics. Your mic shuts all the mics off.
Yeah, what a faggot.
Wow.
What a douche ass.
Oh, your mic shuts all the mics off.
Wow. How quaint.
All that power. I hold all the power.
All right, sign it out. Then.
Oh, yeah?
Sign it out, Corey, and then
Signing
we
it
will end there.
All right, signing it out. Hey, guys, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Let us know what you want us to talk about. Any guests that you would like us to bring on that we possibly might be able to get on here. We read the comments.
Recommend us to a friend.
There you go. Have a wonderful day.
Blessed day.
God bless.
Suck,
Chick-fil-A.
suck dicks. Fuck chicks.
Eat tricks.
Just keep it.
Wait, what?
The cereal. Eat tricks. Eat tricks. Turn tricks. Do tricks. Smoke tricks.
I am the trick.
Hat tricks.
God damn it.
Coin tricks.
Blowing dicks.
Card tricks.
Fat chicks.
Chicks with dicks.
Speed sticks.
Wait, did you say speed dicks or speed sticks?
Wait, what's the difference?
Speed sticks the deodorant and speedy dicks.
Which one did you say?
Speed stick. I mean, that's what she calls
Speed
me.
dicks.
I said it first. Speed stick.
Give me your speed stick. Anthem.
Well, because it's 30 seconds and more.
Ow. Anthem goes the dynamite.
Money shot!
Yeah, clean that
Headshot.
up for an hour.